And she talks so sweet. It's like I can't believe I'm the one that she wanted. And if I'm really being honest, I know I could be everything she needs if she let me get on it. Yeah. So come here, baby, listen close. Hold me tight, don't let me go. Girl, you know that I'ma want you all my life. But I got so much left to do, except for falling in love with you. So I'ma let you keep me up another time. But please don't stay the night. Don't try to change my mind. Baby, please don't stay the night. Almost do what's right. Don't make me ask you twice. Ooh, don't stay the night. Don't try to turn it to a fight. You know I love you by my side. Just don't stay the night. Almost do what's right. I'm done being polite. Ooh, don't stay the night. She'll always find a way around it. I thought she'd be gone, but when I woke up in the morning, she was laying beside me. She know when she wanted. I can never turn her down. Oh, I probably should have kicked her out by now. But you're the finest of them all. Make me lose my self-control. All I wanna do is make you feel alright. You drive me crazy, turn me on, and that's the reason I'ma let you go. 'Cause you and I both know that we can't keep it quiet. So please don't stay the night. Don't try to change my mind. Please don't stay the night. Almost do what's right. Don't make me ask you twice. Ooh, don't stay the night. Don't try to turn it to a fight. You know I love you by my side. Just don't stay the night. Almost do what's right. I'm done being polite. Ooh, don't stay the night. Yeah. I'm nervous on the surface, I look fine. My brain feels heavy, my traumatized mind. And I'm so tired, I can't feel my eyes. Whoa, whoa. I'm petty, but I know how to lie. I feel feelings that I can't describe. I'm not breathing, but I'm still alive. Whoa. But I think I'll be alright. 'Cause I'm not giving up, I'm not giving up yet. I feel that it's my time. So I'ma give it everything. I'ma give it everything I got. So I'ma give it everything. I'ma give it everything I got. I'ma give it everything. I'ma give it everything I got. Why do I still have hope? So many days have passed. I wait around for things to change, but change has not come fast.
Kia ora everyone, and hello. Welcome back to another exciting adventure of Dave Does Stuff. Sorry I'm a bit late. Excuses, I slept in, so. But I will be streaming until about 10 o'clock today, so that's a good, 3 hours. So streaming a bit longer today. So you get what you pay for. Just got these headsets. Headphones the wrong way around. There we go. Well, hey, Rutherford and Sugar. Two names I don't really expect first thing in the morning. I woke up. See, It's only 6:45 a.m. Yeah, it's only that. And normally I start at 6:30 though, so I have no excuse except for I just slipped in. And I think today is going to be a very long day. Anyway, what am I doing? Alright. The problem, I think that one of the problems with this game it doesn't have a lot of daily stuff you can do. Except for Scrooge's shop. That's pretty much it. You're gonna be like more watching YouTube? Go for it, mate. Go for it. Let me know if there's anything I can do to make that more enjoyable for you. Oh, hey, Catch Carter. I'm not playing Palia today, so. Palia. God, Dave, wake up. We've also got a working lurking one as well. So if you're working and you're lurking, just type in WURK. Because some people do that here. Oh, I can sell those now. We'll stack of them. Now to do the daily cleanup of the goddamn valley. It's the most tedious thing you have to do. Because of how I built everything, everything's in like really awkward places. It just takes forever. God damn it. Come on. Let's try and get more. Yeah, I got it. Nice, Susie. How you be? I'm not used to so many people in the morning. It usually takes me about a half an hour to an hour to wake up. I'm okay, you know, bullying babies and all that. Yeah, it's you know, everyone's got their hobbies. How about you? I'm alright. I just woke up, so I'm in slow boot up mode. I just hope you don't think I judge you for bullying babies, Susie. I accept you for who you are. You are who you are. the safe space here. Another day closer to the update. Yes, we are. The 5th, isn't it? Let me go here. Yeah, the 5th. So, yeah. Less than 2 weeks to go. And I'm excited. It's going to be really fun. There's going to be so much content to go through as well. I don't know if I can get through it all in 12 hours. It's going to be the question. It really can't. I guess it comes down to how big the expansion pack content is. It's going to be interesting. See, I made this really complicated, this whole setup. Look at that. It's the 5th, which is cool because it's a holiday where the kids get gifts. Oh, nice. So it is very good timing. Well, it's got to be the 5th. It's going to be the 6th for me. Which I have to remember to book the right day. Because, yeah, it'll be a Wednesday for me. I have to remember time zones. It's going to suck if they delay it, though. I think that's the only thing I worry about booking leave in advance, is that they delay it. I'd be kind of screwed. Oh, memory. Damn. Rats. All these bloody spawns. It's kind of like Christmas would call it second. Yeah, I think you told me about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you told me about it, like, in a previous stream. I looked it up. It's like a pre-Christmas. And I believe, if memory serves me right, the 5th of December is either my dad or my brother's birthday. Yeah, if memory serves me right. It's probably wrong though. There's a good chance it's probably wrong. I don't remember my family's birthday very well. I'm a terrible, terrible person. There we go, that's all clean. Alright. Which biome should we do next? We'll do the beach. Why not? I don't know how so much stuff can spawn over like 2 days. The whole place is a mess. Oop. I'm running into energy there. You know what I'm surprised they haven't introduced yet? Is multiple save files. I mean, wouldn't that be a really good way of keeping people playing? It's interesting they haven't done that yet. Because I know there's definitely like, I'd like a dummy belly just to repeat some of the quests again. Just as a bit of a reminder of the quests, but also just to play around with it a bit more. Because I don't want to destroy things just to test things. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't introduced anything like that. And it would keep people playing. Which, you know, they probably want to do. Yeah, it's a weird design choice, isn't it? Very weird design choice. I wonder if that's one of the machines that you can get in the expansion pack. This is what I'm hoping for. That one of the machines stops respawns. So you just place it in the biome and it just stops all the respawns for that biome. Because I would probably use it. Hey Skamom, how are you doing? Good day to you. Because I have to admit, doing this every day and going to every single biome and cleaning it up, it's not as enjoyable as you think it is. But I don't mind doing it on one of them if I'm kind of grinding a particular resource out. Well, sometimes you kind of like the aesthetic, so you're like, yeah, I'm going to let it spawn for a bit and then I'm going to stop it. You know, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just a crazy person. I'm pretty sure I'm a crazy person. Doing okay, just waiting on the Peli update. Yeah, I've read through the patch notes just before. Just a brief view of it. Quite a lot of stuff in there. Nothing surprising. Nothing surprising when obviously we're going over that in the evening stream. But a couple of interesting things there. Alright, let's get rid of this. Ooh, something there. Now notice that this actually was worked out really well. These flowers kind of spawn right here. And they kind of look like they're part of the house. I think they look pretty cool. I also forget to pick them up. Alright, that one's all done. What's the next one? Oh, I do this one. I need the fruit. I need a box full of that. I don't think I'm going to get a box full of that before the next update. But that's still a lot. It's still a lot of fruit. Alright. That side of it's done. As tedious and boring as this is, it's literally the only thing I've got left to do in Dreamlight Valley. But I'm hoping, the theory is, this is the theory I'm running on. Once, if I get enough resources and stuff, I won't need them again. And I can just basically sell everything and I don't need to worry about collecting or grinding out a particular resource in the future. So if I do all the boring stuff now when there's not a lot to do, it will make my life a lot easier. The only problem with that, and this is the main problem, it's not that interesting. And I tend to do, like, I can't do this not on a stream anymore because that's how boring it is, and my ADHD just can't handle it. Like, I just get too bored. So having people to talk to while I do this makes it a lot easier. Doesn't make it any less boring, but it does make it more tolerable. I think that's what it is. It just makes it a little bit more tolerable, and I can stop and chalk and wave my arms, all that fun stuff. But for those who don't know, today I'm starting work a bit later, so I will be streaming. How much extra? About an hour and a half extra. So I would say sit back and enjoy. Pretty much there's nothing going to be exciting happening. It's just going to be around a little bit longer. So feel free to come up with any topic that you wish to talk about. God, Minnie, go away, Minnie. You're always in my life. I'm going to pick that flower because you smelled it. I deliberately picked that flower to ruin your day. You know what I should do? Every month, I should get a pop figure of one of the characters that are in Dreamlight Valley until I have all of them, and only get the characters that are in Dreamlight Valley. For some reason I find that interesting. Hey Little, how are you doing? It's going well. How's it going with you? You good? You got a mime cooking. Oh, that's not good. I used to get them quite a lot when I was a kid. Not kid, I should say a teenager. But you should be watching the screen then. Is it one that gets triggered by stuff, or is it one that just there's nothing you can do, it just hits you? I used to get nothing you can do, it just hits you once, but I know looking at the computer screen is not good, so you probably want to get in some low light pretty quickly. I'm very sympathetic when it comes to migraines. I know that torture. But not pleasant at all. Alright, well that one's done too. Which biome should we do next? Alright, let's do the forest. Nothing you can do. I have them like every week, so used to pain. Well, that's sucky. Well, get into some low light. You probably shouldn't be watching me, so feel free to go off if you need to. But yeah, definitely rest up. I don't know if my low voice is more annoying or helpful for migraines, but apparently I got a very deep voice, so it's rather soothing, so I don't know if it will make it worse or better. I don't really see myself having a soothing deep voice, but apparently I do. To me, it sounds high. It sounds a little bit higher, but I guess it's just your own voice. Also, don't think highly of myself, so that doesn't really probably help as well. There we go. Clearing up the valley. That's sad. That's not sad. It's just who I am. Sometimes it's just, yeah, just that's how I coped with my life. Self-deprecating humor is a big one. But don't see it as a sad thing. I mean, I'm not. Hey, Nova. Hat. Where? Hey, Hey, how are you doing, Nova? And the Lightyear things, yeah. I mean, I've been playing since the beginning, so I've got a bunch of Lightyear things and little alien toys around. This is the Toy Story section, so you'll see a lot of Toy Story stuff around. You're tired and bored. That's the worst combination. That's when people get in trouble. That's how people get pregnant. Well, what will entertain you, Nova? Statues of Lightyears. Yeah, so I've got, for every entrance, I've got the Lightyears. I think that came with the, if memory serves me right, the first Star Path? Because the first Star Path ever in the game was a Lightyear one. And I think they came with it. Which is where I think they've missed the trick a little bit. I think they should give the option to do old Star Pass, especially like people like yourself or people that have just picked up the game now, missing out on those items. I think they should give you the ability to buy them. I mean, one, it's a good revenue stream at the end of the day, but they should do it similar to Halo does it. I mean, as much as Halo Infinite is a rough game, it still gives you the ability to do historical battle passes. I think they should do the same here. They should let you do historical Star Pass, whatever. Yeah, Star Pass. But also give you the ability to purchase the premium one, so it's just a good revenue stream. Hi, Mystical Whim. How are you? Good afternoon. I agree with 7. Yeah, and that's saying from someone that's done every single Star Pass since the beginning. So I've got no benefit for this option, but I think it's a bit of a, like, you need to get away from the live service model. No one likes FOMO. There's way too many games with FOMO to be able to keep up with all of them. And you always feel out of the loop. Like what you just said there, Little. You feel a bit gutted that you can't get an item that's really cool for your valley. And this is the kind of game that it feels like you should be able to access it, right? Well, thank you. Especially when you pay $79 for the game, as you just did. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the addiction. But yeah, I think, especially how, I mean, keep in mind they also made that decision about not being able to do historical Star Pass when the game was expected to be free to play. And I get, with free to play models, you kind of have to give the element of FOMO in order for the money to flow properly. But they're not doing that anymore. So maybe in the short term, they should give you the ability to do historical Star Pass, but still give people the option to buy the premium aspects to it as well. So you should be able to just go like here and go to event. There'll be a Star Pass option here, and it will say current Star Pass selected. And then you just go, there'll be a drop down box here, and it'll let you select which one you wanna do. And select that one. You'll have unique quests as well that pop up. Oh, sorry, unique duties and so forth to do. Little things like that. It just feels like one that's got to make them money. Like, let's be honest, it will make them bank. And this is what they want. They want money. And also, it will give some goodwill back to the community of saying, yes, you may be gone for a while. You may have got disconnected for a game for an update or two, but you can still get those items. You can still make your valley cool. And this is how you do it. You do have to earn it. You do have to grind away at it. But there's an option. You're working on getting your laptop set up. My friend put Windows 11 on it for me and bought it to me this morning. Nice. I bought the game from the start, but the basic version. I mean, pretty much everything's the base. Like, it doesn't matter which version you get for Dreamlight Valley. The only difference between the basic version and you could say the more expensive version. The more expensive version, you just get more moonstones and a couple more items. So you don't get. It's not a huge difference. So you're not missing out, I would say. Buzz Lightyear's your favorite Disney character as well. Yeah, I do like the items that have been incorporated in the game. I do wish there were a little bit more unique items to certain characters. Like I wish there was more items to some of the other characters in Toy Story. And it does feel some of the items that are in the game aren't that great. Like, that's Woody's house, and I'm like, that doesn't feel like a Woody's house one, and that's Buzz Lightyear's house, and you're like, that doesn't really feel like Buzz Lightyear's house. And if you look at the actual items that you can actually place, not really any items specific to any characters. Like, there's no, like, ones for Ham or for Rex or anything like that. And they're very generic, you could say, and safe. But, I mean, that's just me. And it wiped everything if you're like, oh, that sucks, no? Oh. When I put Windows 11 in, it did mess up a few things for me. And it was very, very annoying. Oh, that sucks. That Woody's house. That is Woody's house because you watched. I've watched Toy Story 4, but I mean, I've seen Toy Story 4, but it didn't. It feels. And that's Toy Story 4 too. But I mean, it doesn't feel like it. Like Woody and Buzz's story wasn't Toy Story 4. It was Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. And it just feels like there's not that representation in the game. But, yeah. They're great at 4th. My girlfriend hates the 4th one. Like, I'm not allowed to talk about the 4th one in this house. Like, she hates Bonnie with a passion. She thinks the fourth one ruins the whole idea of what Toy Story was about, which is friendship and family and sticking together. And let's just say it's a very touchy subject, so we try and avoid talking about that. I don't want to die. Say it for what it is. Some of the items are crap, and that includes shoes for women. I think the clothing options for men are as well is kind of crap. Yeah, I mean, there's some cool items, but it really doesn't feel like they're running with it, or kind of like having fun with some of the items. Some of the items are definitely very kind of basic, and just recolors of certain items as well. And that's a bit disappointing. I mean, she isn't wrong. It's going to be a touchy subject. It's going to be a touchy subject. Do we really want to get into the debate about whether Body / Toy Story 4 is actually good? I love the fourth, but I can understand why some people don't. What do you think about the Lightyear movie? Oh no. Oh no. I think that the Lightyear movie was pretty to look at, but what they should have done was a movie that it was more based off what the TV show was. They needed the movie to be more like the TV show. Even the characters that they introduced into the TV show. That movie would not inspire any kid to get Buzz Lightyear. At all. Like, that movie was so forgettable. And so kind of like, yeah. They definitely missed a trick on that. And like, the text comes up and says, this is the movie Andy watched, basically. I doubt it. Like, no one believes that. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the original Toy Story, not Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear TV series, that was a lot more interesting. I think Zurg ended up being his brother or something like that. But, yeah, I don't know. They definitely missed a trick, and it wasn't fun. I think that was the one thing it missing. It didn't feel like a fun kids movie that kids would be so excited to watch, you know? So, that's what I thought about that. It was a good idea, and it would have worked, but they pretty much, like, they should have looked at that TV series and went, alright, this is the fun, this is the color that we need. And that's what they should do. Instead, they made it dark and gritty and just a bit boring. And I'm like, even now, I'm trying to remember what was the plot, and I'm like, something about time travel. It didn't really stick with me, did it? And I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna stick with a kid either. You don't like Toy Story like you used to because it changed. Oh yeah, I mean, every franchise has to change to survive, unfortunately. I'm honestly nervous for the fifth one that comes out. Well, I mean, the whole point of Toy Story is that it's supposed to be for kids, right? It's supposed to be for people, you know, younger than me. And that's the demographic. So I'm not expecting the movie to be appealing for me. And I think everyone has this expectation of like, all right, this franchise has to evolve with my demographic. If it doesn't, it's shit. It's like, no, it's staying in its little demographic for a reason. So I'm not going to be this. Oh, thanks, Mystical Whim. Appreciate that. Follow a day. Keeps, I don't know, something away. Whatever it is. I'm sure there must be a saying. Someone's kind of, whatever. Oh, damn it, my HD's gone off. What was I talking about? Yeah, the demographics, you know, don't change with with time. a lot of the time. I mean, look at Ninja Turtles. Like, I love Ninja Turtles, and you know, back in the day, it never stopped being a kids franchise. Unfortunately, even though that's how it originated. It's not like this gritty thing anymore, which it should be. It'd be amazing if they did like an R-rated Ninja Turtles, but still, it didn't change demographics. Maybe it, you know, here and there a little variation. The 2003 series was a lot more mature, but my point is yeah, it tends to stay in its warehouse. You're a big Ninja Turtles fan. Well, let's got all the Ninja Turtles behind me, and I've got boxes and boxes of Ninja Turtle comics. See, all that's Ninja Turtles figurines. See? That's my Donatello section. I've got a section for each character. I've got 5 Donatellos and 5 Raphaels and only 4 Leonardos. I just recently built a Leatherhead section, and that's my original playset from 1986. I wasn't born in 1986, but that's when it came out. And yeah, that's my original Bebop. And yeah, I've got comics, and I'm not going to go through them because I've done it on other streams before, of like bringing out the signed comics of my Ninja Turtles, but they're there. And this is my original Ninja Turtle VHS that I got. See, still there. It's still rewinded too. You have the Ninja Turtle truck from when I was a kid. Oh, I really want that. I broke that. I've got the roof for it. I got the roof. That's all I can find of my old truck is the roof of my Ninja Turtle van. And I looked up online like how much they cost. Hundreds of dollars now. It's just proof that I've once had it. That's all it is, really. Me keeping that. But I'm building, so behind me, I'm building a little display. So every character is going to have its own little Dollarama eventually. But once I've got more than 3 variants of a different character, like Leatherhead, I got the 2000, I got the new movie one, I got the 2012 one, and I got the 1986 one. So I'm going to make a little display for it. So once I've got 3 variants of characters, I'm just going to build up a little display section for it. Hi, Zugs. There's a new Star Path in a couple of weeks. I hope there's cool things coming. Yeah, they've shown some of the cool things in the, I think, the showcase, because it's a Disney princess themed one apparently, but it's probably going to be also winter themed. So that'll be interesting. But it's going to drop at the same time as the new updates on the 5th. So we've got a new Star Path on the 5th. We've got a new expansion pack on the 5th. We've got a new character Jack Skellington on the 5th. We've got multiplayer on the 5th. We've got a whole bunch of bug fixes. We've got a lot coming. There's a lot coming. Hey Zags, how goes the belly life? Same as always, Zags. Just got nothing to do and I'm just hitting things. Just grinding out resources. It's pretty much my life now. Until the expansion pack, basically. Or until the update. Same old, same old. Oh, got a stack of those. Where's my flowers? I mean, I am getting a good stack of them though. There we go. Alright, what's the lot? Have I cleared all the biomes, I think? Probably this one up here I haven't done yet. Looks like multiplayer had the little Star Trek platform, which I assume would be entrance. Really? Good prep. What do you mean? It looks like multiplayer had a Star Trek platform. Where? Where did you see that? In the showcase, I didn't see the Star Trek platform thingy. I need to re-look at that, but I didn't see that. Yeah, if you can, that will be a little bit useful. I'm guessing we can choose. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. That would be nice. You can build a little entrance for it, but I wasn't aware of that. Or at least I haven't heard anyone talk about that. Okay. Oh, I want that flower. Well, we've got pumpkins there I can harvest, so I'll probably do another harvest. Oh, another stack of those. Cool. Let's sell these. Hello there, pal. Alright, we'll sell that stuff. There you go. All gone. And I think that's the daily cleanup done. So we're gonna do some harvesting now. Oh, some ginger there. Alright. What sucker can we rope in into my harvesting? I like Wally. Where is Wally? Always makes me giggle when I say, where's Wally? I hate that bug where you go inside and then all of a sudden they're outside. Alright, can I push you over here? Because I don't want to go back in your house, bud. There you go. Let's hang out. And let's dart over and do some good old classic harvesting. Alright, you got it. Alright, let me see this. Nah, 258. Alright, I'm gonna look at 258. Or 2158.
Decorating your hours, decorating your...
Whoa. Alright, I'm looking for it right now. 2158. Alright, let's look at this. Alright, let's look at this together. Alright, let's work this out. Alright, so you're saying 251 there's some kind of teleporter. So I'm at 253 at the moment. Sorry, yeah, there you go, 253. Alright, 258. That's not a teleporter. That's not a teleporter. What are you on about? That doesn't look like a teleporter at all. It just looks like a random item. Looks like more something you would see out of a Pixar movie. It doesn't look like anything. It just changes color. Look at it again. Oh, I went too far. Hold up. Yeah, I don't think that's the teleporter. It just looks like a random item you can get in a game, or it's at least something machine that you can press. Because she's using it. If it's a teleporter, you wouldn't be able to use it, right? I don't know. I don't agree with it. I want more proof. That just shows me that's just a colourful item that they decided to show. Same way I think that's not how gifting works. I don't know. They talk about people coming to the valley with a door open animation. Where's the door open animation? No, I think that's conjecture. I think there's no proof there. It just seems like something colourful to show. I don't think that's actually how people come to the valley. I don't think people come to the valley with that. I don't... Nah. No, Zugs, don't believe you. I'm sorry, I'm objecting, and until I see some more concrete proof on that, I think that's a wild theory. I think that's a Zugs theory. I think you're wrong. I just think you're wrong, Zugs. Nope, not believing you. I'm happy to be wrong, but I don't see any proof there that it is. Other than just the fact it was there at the same time as they were talking about it. But, I mean, it just looks like a colourful item. I guess we'll find out. Yes, exactly. We will find out together. There's a good chance I'm wrong, but if I'm not, definitely going to gloat about it. Oh, there we go. We'll find out in 2 weeks anyway. I'm more interested to see how it all works, to be honest. Like, is there going to be friends list? You know, how do people actually get to the valley? I'm not a gloater. Well, I'm someone that forgets about what to gloat about. So I'll gloat about it, like, to begin with. And then I eventually will kind of drop it because I forgot. I think that's because I'd like to choose where people enter. I do hope there's something like that. I've got a feeling how they're going to enter is like just in the main plaza. Like, you just select whatever one you want to ride, like whatever valley you go into, and it just dumps you in the plaza. It would be cool if you were able to choose where they could enter, though. I do agree with it. That would be a cool feature. I just don't think they'll do it. I think it's going to be very bare bones and basic when it first introduced. There we go. That's all done. Oh, I got some. There we go. Another stack done. Alright, so I guess I'll dump some of these away and then we'll look into what we can grind out today. Real question is X platform versus system lock. I think the real question is how it all will work. Like if will we have a friends list? Like just the simple stuff like that. I mean, we don't have a username in game. I don't think we have a username in game. Oh yeah, we do because you put Dave and yeah, it goes hey Dave. Yeah, I guess you do have a username in the game, but. Like if I have some common friends that I play with, then I'm like, all right, I want them to come to my valley. Do I have to invite them? Do they have to type in my valley code and get to me? There's a lot of unknowns, and the fact they've kept it a little bit secret of how that all works makes me a bit nervous that it's not going to be that great. And I think it feels like they're dropping at the same time of other content that focus will be on the expansion pack content. And not the actual multiplayer aspect of it. That ID is going to be ridiculous to type. Yeah. Yeah, I know. So that's the only logical thing I can see is that what you do is you type in the user ID, your user ID, and that's how it all links up. But in an ideal world, there'll be a friends list or something that you can add people to, and it's not a big deal. But I mean, part of me thinks they would have already implemented that, right? Be right there, give me half an hour, yeah. Exactly. Oh, hey, Yasmin? How's stalking people in the gym going? You're not there today. You were at the gym yesterday, though. Yeah, but you went in the stream. So, like, what stories have you got to tell? What people have you been stalking? So, I've done my daily cleanup, and I guess I'll start my daily grind. Oh, there was a woman talking about her nose job in the changing room yesterday. She was putting tape on her nose saying she doesn't want scarring from a surgery. I don't get nose jobs. Like, I don't find noses particularly attractive. Either way, they're just noses. So, and people with a nose job just always look a bit off. And I know I shouldn't judge people for it and all that stuff. I often look at them and ask, what's the point? And I get their own insecurity. They want to look how they are. Yeah, all that stuff. I'm just like, I still don't see the point. I don't see the point. I mean, each their own. If they're not hurting anyone, it's just, I don't know. I kind of, it just looks a bit alien to me. And yeah. And I can't help myself by thinking that, because I just see one and like... Because it all's just cartilage at the end of the day. It's never bone, it's just cartilage, so that's why they can do it, but... Oh, well. Each their own, I guess. You're thinking about going to the gym, but I can't be asked. I ordered chicken katsu curry. Oh, that sounds good. Instead, I'm gonna watch your stream. Oh, well, I'm doing a super long stream today, so I'm gonna actually be going on About an hour, hour and a half extra. I don't know what we'll be doing in game, but it's going to be doing today. So it's a little bit of an especially long, extra long stream. I need a fishing buddy. Where is... Oh, they're Maui. I guess in Maui. I've got Maui. Gotta get wild with it. What do you mean wild with it? I thought Dreamlight Valley might be on sale since the Steam sale started yesterday, but only the Ultimate Edition on sale. What do you need? You already got it though, don't you? Do you want to buy it again? I'm 50% off the Ultimate Edition, which is still good, although I got my Ultimate Edition for 54% off. Ooh. No, your friends... Ah, okay. Fair enough. But I guess now it's not going free to play. They're probably earning a little bit more. Oh, MZ. Huh? I haven't seen MZ for a while. I'm not cool enough for MZ. Sell that, sell that. Well, I'll start dumping some excess stuff. Oh, I nearly got all the brick done. Gold. Or go like a hammerhead shark. Get crazy. What are you talking about, Suggs? I'm confused. I wonder... Alright, so it's in order to finish all my brick off, I need, what, 200 and... What, 200? About 270. I only can make 97. Alright, not gonna do that then. Oh, the nose job. Ah, yeah, that's true. True. Yeah, if you're gonna do it, like, get a little bit crazy with it, but... I don't know. I guess... no. Yes, I know it goes to people's insecurities and how they feel about themselves, and, you know... People can do whatever they want. I get that. But I do find it a bit off-putting sometimes. But I think that's just me, maybe? I think if any noticeable surgery, when it comes to plastic surgery, whether it looks good or bad, it just feels off for me. But I might be just a judgmental ass because of that. Or you're just playing good. That's, yeah. If only. Alright, where's Maui? There we go. I feel like we have the tech behind it. Get out of the truck going. I mean, give it a couple years, mate. I'm sure it's gonna go down that route. It's just gonna get really crazy. There'll be, I reckon that there's there's going to be a period of time, going to be some kind of fashion trend where everyone's getting plastic surgery of like really ridiculous stuff, like outrageous stuff. It's going to last for a couple of years. It's going to be some kind of TikTok fad or something like that. And then it's going to die away, and then you're going to hear about all the tragedy of everyone being stuck with it. Oh, got ugly fish. Oh yeah, I'm fishing at the time the ugly fish will spawn. Let me get an extra finger on each hand and a nice piano and see what I can do. Yeah, it'd be something ridiculous like that. And the only people that win are basically surgeries and stuff that profit off that kind of stuff. There. Dave, how come you're able to stream later today? Because I'm working later. So I'm working an extra 3, not extra 3 hours. I'm finishing extra 3 hours late because I need to provide cover for something that's happening at work. So it means I just have to start a bit later in the day to compensate. It's only a one-time thing. It might happen again maybe tomorrow or maybe Friday. So we'll see. But I always like streaming a bit longer. So it's just a good excuse to stream a bit longer. And it also gives me a good excuse to just grind out some fishing. You watched the video of me and my niece yesterday, it's so cute. Well, I'm glad somebody liked it. The editing is a bit off, and I'm working on that. But it's a good starter. She was very excited to watch the video and for me to start doing it. How old is she? 11, 12? Something like. She's got autism and ADHD as well. Oh, not as well. I don't have autism, but we recorded that just before her dad died. But she's very looking forward to recording the next one. I said to her to be patient. She has to wait for the next video to come out first, and then we will record it. But it sounds like I'm gonna be making a few of them with her. I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and chances are she's probably going to end up watching when we get on the 6th or 7th one, she'll be the only one watching it. But yeah, in the meantime, it's a bit of fun. She's enjoying it. But it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun. I want to try. She wants to get into making videos and all that stuff, so I'm letting this be her bit of an entry point as well, so I can kind of teach her, and to be safe with it and everything. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm a bit annoyed. She kept on mentioning nuggies in the game, but I made her chicken nuggets, and so like just imagine she's playing the game, right, and she's talking about nuggies, and there's some chicken McNuggets right next to her in real life going cold that I slaved over and cooked for her. She wasn't eating the goddamn nuggets. I was very annoyed. It's a waste of good chicken nuggets. By the way, this is going to be the stream. Me just fishing. This is it. So if anyone's got any topics you want to talk about, now's a very good time. Because this is literally the only thing I can do now in the game. It's just grind out stuff. Which, in this case, is fish. I should really take my mid. I haven't taken my mid today. I'm trying to take it a little bit later because I'm working later. I'm trying to be smart about it, but it does feel weird not being it. And you still need to do the dream set where you got one more day to go. I think there's only like 18 hours to go with it. Alright, let's look at it. Yeah, you've only got 19 hours to go to doing the dream snap. My goal is just to do it. Like, I'm not gonna spend too much energy on like the designing it and getting it really good and stuff. My goal is just to make sure I do it. It's like part of my dreamlight routine. If I cared enough, I might put some effort into it. Yeah, I always phone it in. Yeah, I mean, it's more of a case of like I missed out on a few of them, and I was really gutted. So my goal is just to make sure I do it. Sometimes I put in a little bit more effort, but the goal is just to do it. And I think that's the hardest bit, is actually just making sure you do it. It doesn't have to be good. I've seen some atrocious submissions. And some of them I'm just surprised even get through. So as long as you do it. Oh, go away, Miley. You're very annoying. That's why I like Donald better. You're too big. I should be that judgmental, but I am. You don't like tearing stuff down for it. I'm kind of the same, yeah. I don't really have a lot of empty space in my valley, and yeah, ruining it's kind of annoying. You have adopted play where it is, yeah. Most of the time I can find a residence or some kind of location that fits the vibe. And to be honest, like, it's hard to... It's all a popularity contest at the end of the day, so... I'm not very good with photos and design as it is. And I guess the argument is, oh, well, I'm not going to get any good if I don't try. But also, I don't care. That's the other element. I don't care enough. Maybe I would have mouse and keyboard, but yeah, that is very true. Design on the consoles that is not good. It's very problematic. Ooh. It's just more clunky and it's not fun. It's not fun because it's always like designing's all about like try this, try this, try this. But it's pretty tough on console to do that. Got a stack of those. God damn it. This mouse is a bit choppy. I do wonder what kind of fish they're going to add to the game, though. If they add anything. There's a good chance they could not add any new fish and just use the existing ones. It'd be disappointing, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to happen. Now and there fish. I think the now and then fish will probably spawn in that area. Yeah. It'd be good to have a little bit more variation in the spawn points for some of the fish, though. And that would be good. Ooh. Move, Maui. Oh, ah. Damn it. Mr. Tank is grounded, so I'll ask this question. Did you take my meds? No, I haven't, but I've been deliberately taking them a little bit later. Just because I'm working later. So how about I'll take them now? Hold on, because I'm thinking about it. Give me a sec. Got them here. I've got no water though. I'm gonna get some water. There we go. There you go. Take in now. Ah, there we go. All good. Little time traveling fish that you catch tomorrow for yesterday. But I guess it makes sense for the here and there fish to be located on an island in an area that's going to be specifically related to time travel. I mean, that makes sense. Now we're looking here. Oh. God, it's 8 o'clock already. God, time goes quick, eh? So we're looking. We've got a stack of seaweed, so we've got there. Not really getting a lot of fish really quickly. I'm getting a lot of different kinds of fish, but just not a lot of the same one. So I want a lot of cod, but it's just not popping for me. Oh, goddamn. I wonder the dreamlight duties. Done. I do just have one left. I don't think I can. I could technically. I need 163 more conversations. So I've got a calculator. So 163 divided by 29. It'll take me 5.6 days. So technically, I could do it. If I had a conversation with every single person every single day for the next, we'll say 6 days. The question is, can I be bothered? Or should I just wait? Because that's going to just happen naturally anyway with new characters. Should I complete a dreamlike duty. I can't even use my words today. Dreamlight duty. Hey, do you have like Rapunzel's arts and crafts looking station? I think I do. Give me a sec. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, let's go Rapunzel. This is a bit annoying. I wish I could minimize them. That would make that just a little bit easier to go through. Because it's not in alphabetical order. I'm not quite sure where Rapunzel would be. Tangled, here we go. Arts and crafts. I've got the easel. Got that. I'm not seeing an arts and crafts table. But I've got 31 out of 35 items though. So maybe if I look up the wiki real quick, hold up. We'll wiki this. We'll quickly wiki this. Alright, we'll switch over. Let's do this together, because why not? It's a little bit more fun this way. Alright, so let's go to furniture. So that's the Mickey one. Sword in the Stone, Wally, Moana, Ratatouille, Beauty and the Beast, Wreck-It Ralph, Cinderella, Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Frozen, Tangled. No, it doesn't look like... Oh, no, doing the painting table. There we go. I think that must be the what you're referring to, eh? Painting table and tag it thing that is a piece of crafting station furniture. Once players can be interacted to make crafting recipes. Interesting. I didn't know that. It can be positioned, place furniture. It's available to purchase from Scrooge's store once collected. Interesting. When did they add that one? I did not know that. So you're right. It's a new crafting station. So now, yeah. So it's added because there's only four. There's only four crafting stations. So it's aerials, iron, the wood, and then the painting table. That was a little sneaky one. When did they add that one? 1.0. September update. So the 6th of September. So that's when they actually released it. So it's been in the game for a while. Since last year. How come I've never seen this before? Fascinating. Yeah, it's 2022, so it's been in the game for a while. I've never had it personally. I would love it. I think that would be amazing. That would be perfect. For what you want to use it for. Yeah. I'm kind of gutted that you told me now. Now I realize all this time I could be getting that one. Well, that's a goal that I still need to achieve then. At least that's something. It adds that. All right, we'll go back. But yeah, I'm a little bit gutted by that. A little bit gutted I haven't got it yet. Just double check I haven't got it. Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't see it there, right? Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, painting table's definitely not there. You're just holding out on us, mate. Holding us out on us. But that I didn't realize because I thought there was only like three unique crafting tables. Now I don't realize there's 4. God, it's gonna be even harder as well to get when they introduce the new items. I mean, actually, it's going to be a little bit easier now multiplayer. We can go to other people's valleys, and if someone's got the painting table, we'll just rush over to their valley. That will be a thing. Like, if you've got an item that I don't have, let me know and I'll rush over to your valley. That will have to be a thing. I should make a spreadsheet that everyone can access of the ones I don't have. So if it ever pops up in your shop, you just reach out to me. I would type in an ID to get items I haven't got. Definitely. But I'll probably make a spreadsheet, right? Of all the items I don't have and how to get them. Everyone can access it. It'll be on the Discord, right? The link to it will be in the Discord, and if anyone's got an item that I don't have, I'll just jump over, even if it's off stream. God, I really want that painting table now. Kind of wish you didn't tell me. How long has that been in the game the whole time? You're thinking of the 1,000+ items I have. I've got everything I want. Sorry, no, that's alright. Don't be sorry. It's good. It's good to know that there's stuff in the game that I want still. I think it'll be perfect for me Valley. I like having unique stuff like that, and I definitely add it to the 3D Disney section. That'd be cool. I didn't realize how much you can sell the here and there fish for. You can make bank on those. Like, if for one reason or another, in the new expansion pack I ran out of money, I'm just going to sell like 3 stacks of those. And then I'll be right back up there. So they sell for 2,000 gold each. So like me catching one and then Maui chucking another one, that's 4 grand right there. And I've got a lot of them now. Oh, I got 23 there. Whew. If you can stomach cooking them all one by one, there's a recipe that sells for 10.5k. Really? Ooh. Well, it depends what else you're adding to it, whether it's worth it or not, though. What's the recipe? I probably could find it. Where is it? Meals. Which one would it be? Is it a Lioness Feast? Lioness is Lioness Feast. Then the sweet udon. Oh no, that's the. It must be like the Linus Feast Day. Can't handle sitting here doing that, but yeah, the auto kicker would be pretty good. I mean, to be honest, I don't need money. Like, I've got, what have I got? 9 mil. I'm probably going to top that up to 10 mil before the expansion pack anyway. So I'm not too fussed on it. But it's just good to know, like, you have your options there, you know? I wonder if they'll, like, with the auto cooker stuff, they'll lower how much they sell for, because it'll just be too easy for you to make money. But to be honest, there's not a lot to spend the money on once you've upgraded everything. There's no money sinks or things you can buy on a regular basis. I mean, furniture, yes, but typically once you buy furniture, you're stuck with it. You want to know what the currency is? Yeah, I'm a bit nervous about that currency. I'm really hoping it's not a currency that... I'm hoping it's a currency you can replenish, but also not a currency that will limit the game. If it means... Yeah. Yeah. I think that's going to be a massive problem for me if they do make that currency a premium currency that you can actually buy, so it ends up being a pay-to-win game. I think I'll be out. If it's any pay-to-win element, same with Speedstorm and Palia, if it becomes pay-to-win, I'm out. I really don't want to play games like that, and I know that would suck to play this game for so long and then just call it quits, but if the expansion pack releases a pay-to-win element, I think I'm going to call it a day. Maybe for streaming altogether, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep doing Palia, but it will definitely dishearten me a lot. I'm hoping it's what we find with new. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm staying optimistic for now. I'm thinking maybe it's something a currency you craft with maybe the new ore that you find. or the new gems you can find, you can convert it into that particular currency. That would be okay with that. Hi, horny octopus. Hi, I hope the stream's been going great. Yeah, it's been going alright. Interesting name, though. Hi, horny. Of course, Yasmin. Of course you get in there. If it gems, they need to lower. I mean, it could be a particular gem or currency you get specifically from the valley. Maybe it's kind of like it's something found in all the ore nodes throughout Eternity Isle, and you just get little pebbles or something like that that you convert to currency. Previous showed 75 gems would be nuts. I mean, it could be just little shards you get. So like for every node that you harvest, you get 5, or it could be like a random you get from 1 to 10 every node that you do. And also there could be, you can get them that way, and also there's another way that you can actually put the gems into like a grinder or something, like a grinding machine, and that grinds it down to those particular things. But so the sacrifice is gems, and you don't get an even amount every single time, but that's one way they could do it. So you don't need to go around to every node and harvest all the time every time you want that gem. You can do it another way, but the sacrifice is, you know, you craft it that way. Yeah, I'm hoping it's that. My fingers crossed on that one. I mean, there's different ways they can do it. I'm really hoping they do it a smart way. That's the fingers crossed aspect of the whole thing. I really hope they do it in a fun way that doesn't seem predatory or time consuming. Because, look, as much as some developers believe, just because you're playing it more doesn't make it more fun. The activity still needs to be fun. Doing the same thing over and over and over again doesn't make it fun. A grind isn't always necessarily a good thing. Sometimes you do the grind because you have to do the grind, but if you make it a little bit fun, a little bit creative, different ways of doing the grind as well, don't make just one pathway for it. Because everyone's got different ways, everyone's got different time that they can put into the game. Because, for instance, it could be a case of, like, I only can play 2 times a day. No, not 2 times a day, sorry. 2 hours today, and then I have to take a break for 5 days because I got kids or something like that. So, for me, putting it, like, getting these gems that are worth quite a lot and putting them in this machine and then grinding out these pebbles so I can use them next time is how I want to play the game. But if someone else that plays it more regularly wants to just go around and collect all of them from the nodes, they should have that ability too. So there's 2 pathways or 2 styles of playing the game as well, and it's accommodating to both. And there are pros and cons in each side. So the con of doing it, putting it in the machine and walking away, is that you're grinding out a gem that is worth probably more than what you're getting out of it, but that's the cost of doing it that way. And on the flip side, the second way of going around and collecting it, you essentially waste time doing it. That's the sacrifice you're paying. Your sacrifice isn't the value of the gem. Your sacrifice is the time it's going to take you to go around and collect it all. So there's 2 different ways of playing it with 2 different advantages. And obviously you get to keep the gem. Like the seaweed thing into seaweed. Yeah, exactly. Whenever just keep it in the game and don't involve my wallet. Yeah, exactly. And I think just give multiple different options to get a resource. Don't limit it to one way or the other. And I think that's why I think the red seaweed is a good example that you mentioned there. There's multiple ways you can get seaweed. You can do the simple way of just converting red seaweed to seaweed, or you can go around and fish for it. And that makes it enjoyable in your own way. I can totally see it being Moonstone, to be honest, and make people, yeah. I think that's going to really leave a sour taste in people's mouth. really, it's going to be, yeah, it will pretty much chuck away any goodwill that they're earning back with this new release, with the new bug fixes and everything. They really need to treat this like a game that isn't monetized. I reckon this release needs to be purely focused on content and less about monetization. And if there is a monetization element that takes away from the game, it's going to totally undo all the goodwill. So they need to stay the hell away from it. At least this time. At least with this release, they'll stay away from it. I don't think they could stay away from ever, but maybe this time, do it. Or they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. And then they're going to be outraged, and it's going to be annoying, and then all the goodwill, all the people that have stuck with the game, are going to turn on them, and then the people that want to come back to the game, all they're going to see is that negativity. So just stay away from the monetization side of it. Obviously, add some monetization stuff to it that you've already got, like shop updates. I would love to see an expansion on the shop that it's not limited to just 4 items. The FOMO element is less intense. I mean, when you look at the shop here on hand 4, there's 2 ways they can do this, right? One, they can add more options here, or being more of a catalog than just 4. Or what they could do is give you the ability of building a shop inside the game that you can look into other premium items that aren't currently on the shop. You can say this is the shop window, and you can actually go to the shop to actually see the other items that are available there. Something like that. I mean, again, it's another way of making money too. It's something that's not too invasive. It's not offering something that you haven't offered before. Just giving people get rid of the FOMO. I think FOMO has its place, but not in games like this, when it's supposed to be chilled and you're not supposed to be pressured to do stuff in the game. That's the whole point of this game, is like to take your time with it and do it when you want to do it. So adding an element there that counteracts that seems a bit counterproductive. For me anyway. And to be honest, it's a good way of building some goodwill, of saying, hey, if you missed the start path, don't worry, you can do it whenever you want. There is a bit of some moonstones you can get, but you can get the moonstones by either, giving us some extra, $1 or $2 there, or, doing some dream snaps or getting it in game. You can eventually do that start path that you missed. Oh, there's an item that's no longer showing up in the shop for you. Oh, here you go. You can get it whenever you want. Yeah, no gameplay. Yeah, I think now that they've announced it won't be free to play, it will be a huge L if they add an element that a pay to win element to the game right after they said it's not going to be free to play. I think that would be like one of the biggest mistakes you could do. I think long-term players of this game that have paid for it are actually getting more excited at the fact it's not free to play. But you would undo that goodwill if you treat it like a free-to-play game, even though it's not a free-to-play game. That's now the tricky point. Now they have to now make sure they don't treat it like that. And I think that's going to be rather interesting how they do that. So I think Palia is up now, so people are jumping into the game. You got your money's worth this last year. I don't care how much I've already spent. Yeah, that's why I'm okay with paying for the expansion, because I feel like I've got a year's of gaming out of this. This feels like what I paid for it, I got out of it. And so paying another $30 to expand on the content, I'm okay with. Keep running out of energy. I got a stack of here and there fish. So a stack of those, stack of those. Oh, got another stack of seaweed. Dump them. Don't know why I'm around. If it goes free to play inside, if it goes free to play inside a full price game, I'm out. I don't care what it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, that's what you said before. Fish. Alright, I'm gonna quickly start off to the actually I'm just gonna get another coffee. I'll go get another coffee. I'll be back and a cup of tea. I'm not gonna sit on that seat because it's always bugged. So I'm just gonna stand here like a dork. Actually no. Oh, good evening, Leah. I'm gonna quickly I'm gonna get some more coffee and then we'll get back into that dropped. You guys can chill out. I realize I don't have a seat inside for my ravens. Seat. Should I get a simple bench? Simple benches are lame. We'll go for a wood couch. Why not? Go over here. Have it right here. See if I can sit down on it. Will it let me sit down on it? No, I don't think it's gonna. No, that's a good place. Whoa. Alright, we'll sit there. There you are. And watch my ravens while I quickly go get another coffee. So I'll be back in a sec. Alright, there we go. Back. Sorry about that. Good old AHD, I got distracted by cleaning some dishes. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's not exactly you're missing out on much. It's just me fishing. Maybe we do a run or something. Let's do something else. Just for a little bit. Alright, can you sell that? Maybe we'll do a run of some mining stuff. I need a mining partner though. I'll go Maribel. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? You're far more organized and ready for the update than me. Yeah, it's pretty much just like, I think the problem is we don't know what we're gonna need, right? And chances are the majority of what we need we can't even get yet because they'll be all on Eternity Isle. So the best scenario I can do is think about things that will make my life a bit easier. So what will make my life a bit easier? So we obviously can make potions. So these potions will make my life a bit easier. So to get the potions, I need seaweed, and we need the shards. And I've already got quite a lot of those. That seaweed and shards, but that's something we can do. The other one is the purified night shards. Actually, a very good gift when you're trying to level your characters. So having a good stack of them as well, it will help because you can just give them, but give them as gifts, and that will really level them up. That's what I did in the last update. So those are the things we can do. Outside of that, you pretty much just need to make sure you're stocked up on everything else. Iron ingots, gold ingots, I think are going to be a little bit important. I think they're going to introduce new metals into the expansion pack, so I don't know how much of those will actually be of use. Glass, fiber, that's good stuff to have, because sand, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to get sand on Eternity Isle because they do have that beach biome. So I think glass will come into a factor as well. It's hard to tell, and it's pretty much just make sure you're stocked up on everything, but at least have a stack of everything. I think that's the bare minimum you want to go. Have a stack of everything and start thinking about what are something that's hard to grind for that they may ask for you. The vials is another one that most likely they'll get you to make. There we go. What was that doing? Yeah. So pretty much I feel like I'm ready, but I think the majority of stuff is going to be stuff that I can't even obtain at the moment. But it's all about being ready. Dreamlight as well. That's probably another thing you want to grind out and have a good bulk of. I'm going to aim for about 30 to 40,000 Dreamlight. I feel like I'll be safe there. So I'm not going to be spending any more Dreamlight, and just kind of top that up when you get close to it. I'm looking forward to the injection of content, but also the health of the game. I think I'm looking forward to it because it's really going to add to the health of the game, especially the multiplayer aspect. It's going to open a lot of interesting doors, and I'd really hope they run with it. I hope they don't do a case of this expansion pack and then they sit on any innovative feature until the next expansion pack. I really hope they start in a bit like the multiplayer aspect. This is the introduction to it, and the next update they add another little element to it, maybe a friends list, or maybe you can start playing like that board game with your friends and little things like that. Make it really feel like a community multiplayer game, even though it is a single player game, but they've never shied away that it is a community driven game at the same time, especially with the dream snaps. And if they really dive into that, they really will give the game legs. But I'm worried that they will be very hesitant to try new things. And they've been very cagey about... I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out on the 5th. And they've been very cagey about it. So... yeah. Especially the multiplayer aspect, because that's a huge feature. And I would have thought, you know, if I was going to show a multiplayer feature, I would show the friends list. I would show how you went to someone's valley, how easy it was, how unintrusive it is. Yeah, I think that's the, like, you actually hit the nail on the head there, Leah. I think that's the angle they took with it, is, look, shiny thing. And everyone's like, oh, that's a cool shiny thing. I want that shiny thing. You're like, yeah, we're going to give you the shiny thing. But then after a while, you go, wait, how did they get that shiny thing? Or how does that shiny thing actually, you know, shine? And they're like, no, don't worry about that. Just look at the shiny thing. I'm like, no, I don't want to know how that shiny thing shines. And they're like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, considering what it's going to be packaged with the expansion pack, with Jack Skeleton, with a new star path, I think the multiplayer is going to be... I think this, because I mean, multiplayer was never a key feature of the game. It was something they added on, and they multiplayer. I remember when they first you know how they have community goals. If you share this post 3,100 times or whatever, we unlock this feature for the game. Multiplayer was in that. So it was never a core feature of the game. It is something they've added on. So I don't think there's going to be too much with it. But I'm really hoping that they see it as a starting point, which they did say in the showcase, that this is a starting point, it's not the finishing point. So this is going to be an introduction of how it works. But what I think is going to happen, they're going to introduce it, it's not going to be that great, and everyone's going to shit on it, and then they'll be like, what's the point? And that's what I really hope doesn't happen. I think it's going to be shat on a little bit, it's going to be clunky, it's not going to be smooth, and people are going to have a problem with it. And then Gameloft will be like, what's the point? They're just going to shit on it. And they won't improve it. They'll focus on things that people did like maybe the expansion pack or the characters. Because every time they introduce a character, no one's hating on the fact that they're introducing a character. They can get, you know, people playing the game if they introduce a character, and that's probably what they'll go on. I hope we are 100%. I just don't understand why be cagey about it, especially how cagey they've been over the last couple of months about everything. Now's the time you want to be pushing all these new features of how great the features are, how fun the features are, how easy the features are. Now's the time you want to be promoting the fuck out of it for the next 2 weeks, instead of drip drabbing it. I mean, there is a good chance a week out we'll get everything I'm asking for. But I'm a bit worried that it just seems like an odd strategy. It just seems like an odd strategy. Maybe even... I think what will give me a bit of confidence, an ideal world, this would give me a bit of confidence, is maybe make a roadmap for the multiplayer. they, you know, if they know the multiplayer is not going to be great, or it's not going to be that you know, it's not going to fulfill some expectations when it first comes out, maybe paint the roadmap of what they want to achieve in the long run. Maybe phase one, they call it phase one of multiplayer, is this. Phase two could be friends lists or clans or something like that, and then phase three could be playing games and little things like that. If they built a roadmap for it and then released it, I think it will go down a lot easier. I think it'll be an easier pill to swallow. And I think that they're gonna not lose so much goodwill if they did that. So if the multiplayer comes out, it's not that great, but they've said that, they're prepared for that, and they've shown what they want to get to, I think it'll be a lot easier. And I mean, they do have the intention of improving multiplayer after it's released too, and they've said that in the roadshow. Or the showcase or whatever. So I reckon that would be the smarter option for them. I guess the only caveat for that is that if they release a roadmap, they'll be locked in to those features being implemented into the game. And maybe they're not willing to commit on it. Maybe they're kind of seeing how it goes, seeing how much people actually like the feature, and then deciding how much more they put into it. Because keep in mind, the more they put into multiplayer, the less they put into everything else. Because obviously you have to. Multiplayer is not an easy feature to implement and to run. So. I do want a little bit more confidence, eh? Because I mean, we've got the picture painted for the next 6 months of actual story content and content in general. So we've got the next 6 months on lock. Not even 6 months, probably a little bit longer than that. So we're not going to be expecting anything probably outside of that. I'm super, like, they've made a lot of money from it. I would have expected they expanded their development team as a result. If they're smart and they want the game to last, they would have. There we go. I hate the camera angle there. Just make it go wonky. Eyes go a bit wonky. Alright, we'll wait for the respawn. How would he go with that? Oh yeah. A lot of stuff on hand, don't I? I'll wait for I get a stack or something, I guess. I'm just gonna see if there's anything new released in terms of Dreamlight Valley. Any news updates, anything like that? Just doing a quick scan. Leah is live again, so. See here. Alright, where is Dream Live? There we go. Alright, so nothing. I've updated some server stuff. Social posts. Alright, they did a new tweet regarding the Star Path. Can you guess some of the new upcoming items? Just emojis. Look like a lot of Frozen stuff, which... Meh. Meh. And it's quite funny you seeing so many copy and paste kind of responses to everyone. I get that's what the social team is supposed to do, is engagement and stuff, but they typically copy and paste like their responses. Or just like do simple emojis. Oh well. No, it doesn't look like anything. Doesn't look like anything new, exciting, being posted. Just the same old, same old. Whoops. What was? Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's annoying about the teasing. I mean, I remember when Dreamlight Valley first started. The teasing and the speculation and some of that, it was good. It was really good, like. And there was a lot more surprises. Now it doesn't really feel like we're being surprised. I miss the surprise of Dreamlight Valley. Instead, they tell you now exactly what you're going to get, and you don't get anything more than that. Remember we accidentally got Stitch, and no one expected that. I like that. And then everyone got so speculative and like started to get really deep. That's when we started getting that Tinkerbell conversation of like everyone speculated they were hinted at Tinkerbell. But to be honest, ever since probably the Stitch update, we've never been surprised with anything. Probably the potato thing was another thing we got surprised about, but ever since the potato thing, ever since Stitch, there hasn't really been anything we've been surprised about. They're pretty much whatever they say we're going to get, we get. And that's a bit disappointing. I want surprise back in my life. I literally seen this game on Game Pass and download it for my kids. For my kids, boy, I stole it so fast. It was like nothing like I thought it was. Yeah, I mean, I saw the game. I saw a trailer for the game pretty early on, and I was like, you know what, that's quite interesting. I wouldn't mind playing that. But then I forgot about it, and then again, I did the same thing you did. I saw it on Game Pass, and like, you know what, I'll play it. And then I realized what it was. It was early access. Not everything was out there, and I could keep up with the development because I like that for games. I like it for seeing a game evolve and change over time. And pretty much, I've been playing it ever since, and it's helped in a lot of my personal ways. I won't go over all that, but. I've enjoyed seeing this game. I mean, this cave didn't even exist when the game first came out. That's something you have to remember. And then Mirabelle wasn't in the game either. There was a lot of aspects of the game that wasn't around at the time. Oh, hey, Dark. How are you going? I haven't got stack yet. Good, just got out of bed. Nice. Well, I mean, Kennedy wasn't here on my evening stream saying you had just gone to bed. So what's that? That's a good... nearly 12 hours? 11 hours? Something like that. We're gonna wait for that to respawn. I can't be bothered like leaving the cave and come back. Oh, I gotta work today. I'm working for 8 hours today. So in New Zealand time, I'm working from 10 a.m. No, I'm working 10 hours. 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. A bit long one ahead of me. Yeah, she's been getting me used to going to bed early. You should go to bed early, mate. Trust me, you get a lot, like, weirdly. And I never believed this until I started doing it. You get a lot more done if you wake up before 12 o'clock. Just as a general rule, you seem to always get a lot more done if you wake up before 12 o'clock. And then it means you can enjoy your downtime a lot sooner. Come on. I'm just waiting for it to respawn. I didn't believe that until I started doing it. Until I started like waking up on the weekends around about 8, 9 a.m. instead of just sleeping in, and I ended up just getting so much more done. I don't know why. I don't know why. Even though you're like, even if you wake up later, you tend to stay up the same amount of length of time. You just end up being more productive. Maybe it's the dark. Maybe dark. The darkness just makes you not want to do things, so you're less productive. I don't know. That's my sage advice for today. I reckon those shards are going to be important. At least with building the, to making more potions. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. Yeah, I got nothing to really complain or say about. Just a normal day, really. As boring as it is. A bit tired, but I'm always tired now because I'm old. I reckon I'd just say I'm a bit tired because that's just my default now. But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Oh, hi, Jedi. Haven't seen that name for a while. Oh, thank you, Jedi. I appreciate that's the first thing you've said to me for months. Probably a month. I don't know. I don't know how long it's been. I need to be reminded to do the glitch, the speed glitch, before the update, just in case they fix it. One last hurrah with it. Kids can have their Fortnite dreamlights for adults. Exactly. Exactly. I think that's probably one thing that I don't think they can work out is what demographic Dreamlight Valley is for. Like, I bet you initially they planned it, it's going to be kids are going to like this. It's going to be entry point for cozy games for kids. And then the demographic has not been that. It's been very much young adult or around, 30s. And I think that's really throwing people off a little bit. Like, I'm pretty sure they're like, alright, so we're getting a more mature crowd. Do we actually change the content to fit that? And you can see that in some of the quest writing that it has fit that void. But not about the look or the aesthetic of it all. I think they're still kind of toying with that. Hey, Maddie. Late stream, because I'm starting a bit later today. Because it's quite busy, Maddie, as you know. It's quite busy at the moment. and it's going to get busier. So I'm actually starting later to help out. You lurk, yeah. You should be working anyway. So yeah, I'll be working a bit later today. And that's why I can just stream a little bit later. And I like streaming. It's nice, relaxing. Nice and relaxing. So I'm going to wait for it to respawn. How are we looking here? Ah, actually we've got a stack, so we'll get rid of it. I got nothing to... Can't dump anything there. I feel like I got way too much fish on hand. Oh, I can get rid of that. Got a stack of those. Anything else? Oh, a stack of tuna too. Oh, okay. That's it. And that should free up some space. Yeah, there you go. So this is how it'd be like if I was streamed as a career. I would get up at that time and just keep going for the next like 2 hours, 3 hours. I think I could do it. I think I'd do it. I wouldn't make a lot of money, but I think I could do it. And I wish society was a way that I could just try it. All my rent will be paid and everything. Dreams are free, Dave. Dreams are free. That's why the dreams. Getting a bit of. I don't have a lot of iron bars, and so I think I need to grind out some of my mining for a little bit. I am stocked up on tinkering parts, so I'm not going to have that problem. Actually, I'll have a look at that, don't I'm running a little bit low on coal. I'm going to top out that coal before the update as well, just in case they change that. Make coal a little bit more of a precious resource. Alright, got onyx. Cool. Alright. And then... where is my tuna? Where's my tuna stacks? There we go. Alright, so, should we mine? Yeah, we're gonna do some more mining. I feel like we need to grind out some more of these shards for the update. I feel like we're gonna probably want to get a few potions for the while we're doing the update, especially if they introduce rare fish or rare spawns or new gems, stuff like that. We're probably gonna need those potions to speed that up a little bit, because who knows what the spawn rates are going to be on them. So having those on the ready, on the go, will be important. So I think what may be beneficial or at least next week, I'll probably grind out some mining. Alright, let's get to it. So we've got about another, say, 45 minutes, maybe an hour to go on the stream. So if anyone's got any final words, not final words, anything you want to talk about, now's a good time. I'm open to it. I'm just grinding for stuff, so it's not going to be anything exciting happening on the screen. What's my opinion on cryptids? What's cryptids? Let's Google that. Cryptids are animals that cryptozoologists believe may exist somewhere in the wild, but whose present existence is disputed or unsustained sustained by science. What? Oh, it's like the Loch Ness Monster and all that shit. There's a Loveland frog? There's a giant frog that think they exist. Interesting. So cryptids are basically just big kind of freaky things like the chupacabra and the Dover demon. Ooh, the Dover demon. How's the Eastern cougar? Moa? Moa exists. I'm sorry. Moa. How is Moa in this list? Moa exists. It's a New Zealand animal. Why they're saying it's like some mystical bloody beast. So yeah, my opinion on them, they exist. Maybe not all of them, but I believe the majority exists. What time is it there? It is 9 AM on a Wednesday morning. 9 AM on a Wednesday morning. And I start work at 10 o'clock today. So yeah, so what I normally do for when you ever see morning stream in the description, it's basically me working a couple hours before work, because it's a good way to let my meds kick in. It's a good way of kind of sticking to a routine, because with ADHD it's really important, and that's why I do it. And it's a healthy kind of habit to get into. I find if I stay in bed and wake up, because I work from home sometimes, if I stay in bed and wake up 10 minutes 15 minutes before I start, my brain's not there yet. And so this way it kind of helps me just switch on straight away. So that's why I do it. And plus I like streaming and I don't get to do enough of it. And if I didn't do it at those times, I would have to do it in times and I can't hang out with my partner. So it kind of sucks. I'm sure I'll drive her away eventually. So, I mean, you'll have more time with me once I'm miserable. I'll be even more miserable than before. It'll be more hours streaming with Dave, but he'll be more miserable. I have ADHD as well, and you seem like you have your shit together. I do not. I do not, little. I think the thing with ADHD is, I've got my medication, so I take my medication every morning, which I'm delightfully reminded by my mods to do. But keep in mind, there's no cure for ADHD. There's only treatments. So all I've done is figured out what treatment plan works for me. And that's all that comes down to. And so it may seem like it's more organized. It's just because I'm kind of figuring out my treatment plan. And I only got diagnosed when I was like 31. So it's a work in progress still. But this stream is part of that treatment plan of, because one of the big things about ADHD is setting up a routine, setting up a something you do every day that's locked in that you can't avoid. So some people brush their teeth first thing, and they make a rule that when they get up every morning, first thing to do is brush their teeth, and that starts their day. My rule is I get up on a Monday, on a Wednesday, and on a Friday, and I do the stream. And on the Tuesdays and the Thursdays that I don't, I actually go into the office. So that's my routine. And that's helped me. And that makes it seem like I got my shit together, but really that's to jumpstart things. And so that's what I recommend anyone with ADHD is figure out what your routine is. Because this didn't start being a stream, right? This has started me just playing an hour before work every day. But the problem is that when I first started playing this game, that was back in October of last year. And the problem with that is they didn't have a lot of content. So I hit the wall. I mean, the zone, what you're seeing here, wasn't out yet. I mean, in the Sunlit Plateau, if you played this game, Scar wasn't even in the game. The first update hadn't been released yet, and you couldn't go across the bridge on Sunlit Plateau. Everything was blocked off. So I had reached the point of the content, and I was just grinding out, kind of similar to what I'm doing here, but I was getting bored. And that's deadly for someone with ADHD. So the streaming element was added into it to keep it interesting, keep me talking, keep me going. And it worked. And it means that the downtime I was able to kind of, in between content, I was able to kind of fill that void. I used to carry around toothbrush and toothpaste everywhere I went. My teeth could blind a person at that point. I need to look after my teeth better. I've got a big overbite. I'm not going to show it. But I've got pretty much a big overbite. That's why you see me doing, like, you hear my speech kind of like a little bit slurpy, you could say. It's because I got a bit of an overbite. And it causes saliva to be excess. I would love to fix it. But to fix my jaw at my age costs a lot. I've also got chipped teeth from when I was... one time I got punched in the face when I was bouncing at my bar many years ago. And just generally, like, just stupidity, really. Drunken stupidity a lot of the time. Come on, just go back. Yeah, between my two front teeth, speaking of bigger. Out here looking like SpongeBob. I'm sure you're fine. I'm sure it's not that bad. How are we looking? How are we looking? We'll organize this a bit better. I can sell that. You ready, kids? I always find the voice actors of SpongeBob and Patrick and all that just hilarious, and Mr. Krabs, because they definitely, like, out of all the cast, if you look at the SpongeBob SquarePants cast, you don't think they are the voices of those characters, and I find that amazing. That's why I think voice actors just really don't get enough credit. They don't get enough credit, and every time I see like a new Pixar movie or something like that, and they put some kind of celebrity in there, I'm like, what's the point? Get proper voice actors in there. These performances will be sold so much better. And I really wish Pixar would take that risk of going, alright, we're going to make a new Pixar movie, but we're only going to use professional voice actors. That's it. We're not going to be using the celebrity voices. We're not going to do that. We're just going to go for professional ones and just see how much of a difference the performance is. I really wish they would just commit to that. How are you changing your text to look like that? It's all blue. Jedi's got us fixed. Fix. How you been anyway, Jedi? Oh wait, I missed one. Another thing about ADHD is there's always something I want to say, but I keep forgetting what it is. Or you end up saying it when you probably should have. You should have thought about it a bit more. That one bites my ass a lot. And I get frustrated a lot. I mean, I probably should just rein it in. I always want to expand on a subject, but it ends up going like 312,432 different directions. Oh, different subjects, yeah. I'm definitely like that. Which is probably why streaming works for me a little bit, because I can like make a conversation last longer than it probably should. So I guess ADHD and streaming kind of go a little bit hand in hand. It doesn't help my social anxiety, and I that is going to be a challenge for me going forward. I think, luckily, the people that watch me, there's a lot of you, so it's in check at the moment. And I think as long as the level stays about the same, I'll be fine. I've looked into ways how I can actually slow down if it gets too busy, and like I'm going stream after stream and there's like 40, 50 people showing up every single time. I've got ways and strategies to slow that down. Not openly like insult people and just have everyone go away, but more of a case of like slowing down chat and stuff, and being able to like not focus on the words popping up on chat and just kind of disconnect from it. I know that's like a first world problem kind of thing, but I do worry about that because this whole thing is about my routine. It's about keeping it up. This is never going to be a career for me. It's never going to be something. I mean, if it is like a life career, if it's where I make my money from, it'll be completely different. But it's not. It's never going to be. This is a vice for me to be able to continue doing my normal life things. So yeah. Imagine what of you leaving that. Yeah, it's more about like this slowdown mode. There's switching the chat to follower only. If that doesn't work, at that point I probably would go affiliate, so I can make it sub only, which would suck, but it will help with it. I mean, I'll probably give subs to probably some like the long-term people that kind of, you know, don't want to pay for it or something like that. But there are, you know, ways of doing it. I don't think it will get to that point, but I'm a planner. It's part of my job. I'm a workforce planner in real life. So being a planner for things like this, I think I'll sort of hit. So you can always just give me $5. Well, what I figured I'll do is like I'll just buy a whole bunch of subs and give them out to like some of the regulars that pop around, so they don't need to pay anything, and they don't need to worry about ads. Some people don't really care about ads, but more of a case of like if you're on Discord and you're like, dude, I don't want you to go affiliate because I don't want the ads. I'm like, hey, how about I just like chuck you a free like membership, and then you can keep watching and it'll be fine. But I'm hoping to not go down. I'm hoping to avoid that and towards get a. But yeah, those are the ideas, you know. Pay people to leave. Yeah, but then more people will come just to get paid more. They'll start trolling me with it. But yeah, it's a weird problem because most of the time it's the opposite of what people want. They want people. They want to get more popular. They want to get busier, and I'm kind of like, I kind of want it to get like 10, 20 people stream, that's my sweet spot. I'm finding that's my sweet spot. Any more than that, it might get a little bit too overwhelming and kind of defeat the purpose of everything. So it's a weird thing. It's this weird this hobby is very weird that I'm doing. Because I'm not really doing it the conventional way of just get popular, get more likes, views, all that stuff. I want to plateau. I'm a plateauer. And I've had some really nice kind of like messages in Discord recently from people that normally don't like talk to me on Discord or aren't part of the active community of just reaching out saying, you know, I really like your stream, I'm a lurker, I don't say much, but I appreciate you, and little things like that. It's very nice, and I like that kind of thing. My favorite streamers to watch personally have a max of like 25 people. Small communities are nice because most of the time people are kind. Exactly. 100%. 100%. And I want to hold on to that. I mean, it's easy, like, to be honest, like, if you really want to put some thought onto it, it is easy to decrease your popularity on the internet. What's some ways? Holding back on posting videos, like TikToks and all that. You could stop doing that. You can not stream for a week or two. And that typically lets you, like, the difference, because I took about a month or two break, right? And the difference between when I started streaming again from when I stopped was quite massive. There was a massive decrease. So there are ways, but I just don't want to deal with all that. Just keep it the way it is. Keep it where it is. I'm happy. It's a nice little hobby, and I mean, I do want to try different things as we grow with it. So that's why with Kick, I said I will go affiliate when I get 75 on Kick. Because I just want to see how that is. Like, how does that work? How does, you know, what's the difference between one person watching versus 5? Like, I do want to experiment with it still. And that's one thing I do, want to go affiliate with Twitch just to know how that all operates. How do the... what does that look like on the back end, on the dashboard? And, what's the difference between, having 9 average viewers versus 11? Little things like that. It's not worth the ads, though, so that's why I don't do it. But I do find it as a hobby, from a hobby curiosity point of view, it is definitely fascinating to me. And that's what I think that's one of the also benefits of playing only 2 games and sticking with the games for so long, is the people that stick around are sticking around for the right reasons. They're not sticking around for the gameplay or what's trendy. So when you come here, you're going to get like proper conversations, and it's not going to be, you're not going to be seeing content that you've already played. You're going to be seeing the end stuff. And I like that kind of being able to have a place for that. Like you, Jedi. I mean, you've done all of this, and you're not really going to be seeing anything new or exciting. But you can come in here and just gas bag for a while, or just chill out and listen to the conversation. I like being a radio. Maybe I should just change into a radio stream. Like Talkback Radio or something. Talkback Disney Dreamlight Valley Radio. That started ADHD podcast. The problem is that if you start an ADHD podcast, right, only people will watch as people with ADHD, and then they'll get bored. So no one wins in that scenario. It'll just be on it will start off with one topic, and then just end up being like 50 others. I would like to do a Dreamlight Valley podcast, like once a month, of just talking about the game, talking about the recent developments and everything. I I would like to do that. And I have reached out to a few people to see whether they'd be keen to do that, but they're either not keen to do it with me, or they're just not keen to do it at all. So, and it's like I would like to do it with someone that does stream Dreamlight Valley regularly as well. Like yeah, climate change, talking about Marvel movies, yeah. But yeah, I would like ideally, what I would like to do is start a Dreamlight Valley podcast with another Dreamlight Valley creator. That'd be ideal. My carbon footprint is why Thanos wanted you. Yeah. No, it would be like, no, Jedi, it would be like you start talking about climate change, right? And then you'd be like, someone will mention, oh, all we need to do is decrease the population by this percentage. You'd be like, oh yeah, like Thanos did. Oh yeah, like Thanos did. And then you start talking about Marvel movies. That will be the bridge between the two. We're saying the same thing, yeah. Yeah, and it would be going on to like, was Thanos right? I mean, I don't think he was right. And he is so lucky that there wasn't an exact even split of sexes. Because imagine if he went 50-50 and then accidentally removed one entire sex from the universe. That would have been really awkward. But I mean, like, was Thanos right? He's like, he was right in the sense of having less people causes less problems. Because statistically, more people cause more problems. You know, if you got 100 people, they're going to cause more problems than 50 people. That's just the nature of math. So he was right in that sense, but he was wrong because, well, you can't just keep doing that. You're just going to go around in circles. You're going to get the same problems are going to eventually arise anyway. You're still going to have the same problems that you had when you had those people when the population gets that big again. The key thing is change the society so those problems change, rather than get rid of half the society. But what if it got rid of all the good people and only kept the bad people? Well, that's the thing, Dart. That would be on the assumption that there was an even split of those two sides. So the whole idea was getting rid of... I mean, if he said get rid of all the good people, that would have been a little bit different. And I don't think that would have been a 50-50 split. Because to assume that the good and bad is exactly 50-50, I like to think there's more good in the world than bad. And then it adds a more philosophical question of what's the definition of good and what's the definition of bad. So my version of good could be different than your version of good. Donald Trump's version of good could be completely different than Joe Biden's. Let's just say everyone's definition of good and bad varies depending on who you are. So from Thanos' point of view, would he said Captain America was a good person? I did this test in psych class where we're in a scenario with a room filled with poison gas and each person has a piece of the antidote. Okay. Oh god, this gave me a throwback to State Degree. And who did you... Wasn't that the plot to Saw 2? Like everyone had a code in the back of their head or something like that? Hi, Kiwi. Good morning, dude. Didn't expect you to stream that time. I thought I was late. I'm starting late at work today, so I've only got about like 20 minutes to go before I have to call it. Technically, I shouldn't start until 12 o'clock, considering how long I'm working for, but I'm taking it a bit easy. I mean, he had a good reason. His home planet got wiped out and didn't want to see it to happen afterwards. Yeah, but why didn't he just wish for his planet back? I don't... did they ever explain that in the movie? Of why Thanos didn't just ask for his planet to come back? I played... Yeah, like... And why didn't he just, like... He had the Infinity Stones. Why didn't he just wipe out everybody but his planet? No, you don't think it did? Yeah, it's a bit wishy-washy with that. Like, if you had the Infinity Stones, you essentially have the power to do anything. And you're mad because your planet got wiped out. And you want to erase 50% of the world to, I don't know, out of revenge? Wouldn't it make sense just to, like, wish your planet back and also get rid of everybody else and then you're sussed? It would have saved a lot of time. But I guess they needed the plot to happen, so we can't really do that. It would be a pretty boring move if that happened. Like the start of Endgame. It's just Thanos like sitting on a planet. It's just an hour of him just sitting there, like done. Like yeah, I kind of did everything, and then like people from his planet walking up to us like, "Oh, why don't you do this?" He's like, "Nah." Walks away. Another 20 minutes go by in the movie. Why don't you do this? Nah. Another 20 minutes go by. I mean, I think the problem with Marvel movies, I think at the problem, or even just because I'm a huge Marvel fan, I'm big into Marvel, and I think the problem is after Endgame, they didn't really have a plan. I mean, it felt like Endgame was a plan, like Thanos was the end boss. Even since the Avengers, he was the end boss. And it just feels like after they finished Endgame, they had no idea. And they're kind of just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks. And then they finally decided, alright, we're going to go for this multiverse thing. But then they're like, we don't really know how we're going to do it. So how about we just keep making multiverse movies until we kind of figure it out. Then they kind of figured it out and started to try and shove in the hints to the big bad after that fact instead of doing it from the beginning. So what they should have done after Endgame is just stopped for a good 3 years. Just stopped with everything for 3 years, sat down, worked it all out, then went back to making movies. But they went right into Spider-Man, I think. Spider-Man Homecoming? No, I don't think it was Homecoming. It was Spider-Man... wasn't No Way Home. It was the second one, the second Spider-Man. Far From Home. Yeah, it must have been Far From Home. It was No Way Home. I think was the third one. But they just went right into that. They should just stop. Stop for a good 3 years. Figure it out. All right. So the next batch one is going to be a multiverse. The big bad's going to be this. But what we did with Thanos is sprinkle a little bit here. So let's do that little thing here. Unfortunately, when they started doing that, the actor turned out to be a bit, in real life, turned out to be a bit of a dick. So that kind of backfired on them, but it would have made more sense. Well, I hope your day goes smooth, that you're enjoying your life. So it's something different. It's something different. And it also gives me an idea of, like, if I was going to be streaming a whole day, every day, what it would look like. And it'll probably look like this. It will look like me starting at 6:30 and going on until about 10 or 11. So they just keep coming up to him complaining and he snaps them one by one, yeah. I'm off to play some games. Good chatting. Oh, nice chatting with you too, Little. Make sure to watch SpongeBob today. Fun fact about Far From Home is it was technically closer for Tom Holland to his actual home. That is true. Because it was in Paris, right? And he's English. That would make more sense. Now it does make a bit more sense. Yeah, it's like that's what I think with where they went wrong with Marvel. It's not a case of oversaturation. It's the fact that what people loved about Marvel movies is the interconnectivity of it all, but also how it felt like it was planned out, even though a lot of it was like just mashed together. It did feel like overall it was planned out, and I think this batch of the ones don't feel like that. And if you don't got the fans on board supporting the movie, you're going to have to rely on the norms, you could say. The normal people watching the movies. And if they kind of like over it as well, you got two of your demographics just over it. And then it's just a recipe for disaster. Because from what I understand, The Marvels is actually a good movie. I haven't seen it yet. I just haven't had time to go see any movies. But I've heard The Marvels isn't a bad movie. It's actually a good movie, but people are kind of over it. Because from a fan point of view, there's, you know, it doesn't feel like there's much point to the movie. It didn't feel like there's old multiverse aspects to it, but it doesn't feel like it contributed to the overall story. And I've got no doubt The Marvels is a good movie because I like Captain Marvel, I like Brie Larson, I like the Kamel, I like Miss Marvel, the series of it. And I like the actors that do it. And to be honest, it's got my favorite X-Men apparently in the post-credit scene. So if you want to know my favorite X-Men, watch the post-credit scene. But I think the problem is that it doesn't feel like there's some overall direction, which with the movies before Endgame, it did feel like it was going towards something. Santa Claus. 100% Santa Claus. Alright, we'll pull up there. So, yeah. I think that's what they have to get right first. They have to get all that right. And I think it's a little bit... It could be... I don't think it's too late. I think they really need to start riding the ship pretty quickly. They need to stop. They just need to stop for a good year. Do a reassessment of everything. New figurehead for the MCU was supposed to be Chadwick Boseman, yeah. And then to try to make it Brie Larson, yeah. And... yeah, I think... I mean, Chadwick Boseman would have worked, I reckon. Because... Black Panther is part of the Illuminati, and I think that would have been a really cool thing to dive into, and it would be a really good way of tying in the X-Men as well, because Professor X was part of the Illuminati. Illuminati. I think it's because they didn't commit to it. I feel like it's just they didn't really know, and they were throwing stuff at the wall and hoping that the audience, like, they would figure it out, but they kind of needed it more structured. And in order for that, like, a big multiverse thing to work, you can't just throw things at the wall and hope they stick. It has to be well thought out, and that's why franchises don't last forever. It's because a lot of the time they're not really thinking it out properly. There has to be two aspects to a franchise. There has to be a plan, and there has to be adaptability. And they kind of have to go hand in hand. So you have to have a basic plan, but you also have to have enough adaptability, flexibility, creativity there to make it interesting, because a lot of the time whatever you plan is not going to be how it's going to end. So you kind of need both of them, and it feels like we had that with the Avengers. You had a kind of a plan, but you had a lot of flexibility to try new things. In this kind of scenario that we have now with the MCU, there doesn't seem to be much of a plan, and there seems to be too much flexibility in terms of that there's no plan for it. So they just keep throwing things into the story or into the narrative that don't really make sense to the plan. So you got too much flexibility and not enough structure. So it's a bit messy. It's a bit messy. Alright, we'll sell those gems. Oh no, I sell the stone as well. So, you know what? All they have to do is stop and go, alright, what do we want this to be going forward? And they need time to figure that out. And I think that's where they're going wrong, is that they're trying to still go a million miles an hour. And I feel like they keep going in this direction, they're gonna they're gonna ruin what Marvel was about, or they're gonna go for a reboot, and it's like, oh, fuck again. Like, just let the world exist for 60 years. You know, there's some franchises that have existed for 60 years and haven't done a reboot. I mean, look at Doctor Who. I mean, Doctor Who's been around for how long, and they haven't gone, alright, we're gonna get rid of all the canon and start again. I mean, to be fair, the canon's a little bit messy, but they've still tried to commit to it to a certain degree. But a lot of the time, it runs for like 20 years, and they're just like, alright, let's erase everything and start again. Like, no. I don't like that. Sometimes if they really muck it up, then they should. If they really make a mistake with it. What's a good example they really made a mistake with? What's something they really have messed up? I mean, Star Trek, they haven't done it yet. I mean, oh yeah, no, I'm wrong. They kind of did it. They kind of did it with the Chris Pine movies, didn't they? But, I mean, they didn't technically erase what happened. They just made an alternative timeline at a particular point in Star Trek's history. Because technically, Enterprise still happened. As what the TV series. The TV series, The Enterprise, or Star Trek Enterprise, still happened in both continuities. It was just a diverged after that. It kind of fell off. Doctor Who, when they started adding lore that wasn't there before, yeah, I think the Timeless Child, I think, really killed a lot for people. It wasn't good storytelling. It was more like creators going, "You don't know everything." Yeah, it was definitely talking down to the audience a little bit and chucking away a lot of established canon. Instead of just like, the established canon was fine, just add on to it, like expand on it. I mean, the problem that I had with Doctor Who a lot of the time was they would do some really cool stuff with a Doctor, and then the Doctor would reset, and then they'll just get rid of all that stuff. Like, instead of just building on top of it, they were like, alright, this is a new Doctor, so we're going to basically, like, not use the same villains, not going to use the same stories, we're going to reset it again, apart from the staples, you know, Daleks and stuff. Instead of going, alright, we're going to continue that story. I mean, the only one that they're really continuing was River Song. And that was good. That's why it's such an iconic storyline now. Oh, hi, Akanthi. How are you? Like, when they started adding more iterations to the Doctor and Rosa Parks episode, yeah. I was like, where are they? Yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of like everyone loved the numbered thing of the Doctor, right? Like, the first Doctor, the second Doctor, the third Doctor. And then for some reason, when they got to Jodie's one, they're just like, you know what, let's just put in a fuckload of Doctors. And it's like, but that was one really cool element of Doctor Who was the incarnation of the Doctor, and you want to just throw that away? I mean, I get it with the War Doctor, it made things a bit complicated, and maybe that gave them the confidence to do that, but it just feels like, why throw away one of the really cool aspects of the Doctor Who and how the fandom followed it? And I think, and then they, because the problem with that is, that's what they did in the story, and then everyone turned it around to be related to sexism. And it's all because you didn't want a female Doctor. It's like, no, it was because they ruined a lot of the lore of the Doctor. It just happened to be during the run of the first female Doctor. Slight headache, but good. But good. I'm sorry about the headache. And you? I'm doing alright. Doing alright. I'm heading to the end of the stream, and I'm doing it a little bit longer, but I'm feeling good. And what was your opinion on Clara Oswald? It wasn't the worst storyline in the world. What was it, the Forever Girl or whatever? I kind of like the idea that she was scattered throughout it. It's just, it kind of ended weirdly. I didn't like the ending. I didn't mind Clara. I think it was an interesting choice, them going that direction after the strong kind of companion bond of Redhead. Why am I blanking on it? Amy Pond. Sorry, I completely forgot Amy's name. Amy and Roy. Yeah. After that strong bond, and then once they moved on to Clara, it didn't feel like a natural progression of the companions, and so it did feel a bit disjointed. I didn't hate it. I thought it was interesting. I know a lot of people didn't really like it though, but the problem is that a lot of people didn't like it, right? But they then doubled down and then kind of did more of that kind of stuff, and it's like, I don't know what they were trying to do, whether they're trying to prove that, yeah, you have to like it, this is the way it's going to go, or did they legitimately think it was a good idea? Amy's character got ruined for me after she broke up with Roy. I mean, she broke up with Roy and then got back together with him, and then they lived happily ever after in a time-locked thing. So, I mean, I'm okay with them breaking up and getting back together. That's fine. That's fine. They lived happily ever after anyway. Imagine protecting the person you love for thousands of years, and she comes back, she broke up with you in a couple of years. Well, I do think it's, you know, this may not be what they intended, but the message could be sometimes the thought of being with someone is a lot different than actually being with someone. And that is very true in many ways. Especially crushes. Sometimes crushes are good in the brain, but they ain't good in real life. I mean, he had 1,000 years to think about it, but she didn't. And it kind of feels like a bit of a dick move if you expect her to be with a guy that she's not feeling the same feelings for. Love isn't that perfect, unfortunately. It is complicated. But I think that's what makes it special too. Makes it worth fighting for sometimes as well. But sometimes the thought of something and the reality of something are two different things. I thought Belle was the worst companion because she was written very terrible. Who? Belle? What was Belle again? Ah, Bill Potts. I don't know if she was the worst. I don't think she was that interesting. I think she serviced the role as much as she was alright. I think the problem with the companions is they really fit a template, and they don't feel. Well, there's never been a companion that doesn't want to be with it. I want a companion that has to stick around for the Doctor because, not because they want to, because they have to, for one reason or another. Like, they're the ones that are trying to prevent the Doctor from doing something that he eventually will do. And then the Doctor's being played instead of the Doctor knowing everything, it's the other way around. I think that would be interesting. A character was entirely made for pandering. It was the post. I think the character was created with Stephen Moffat, and then it was handed off. Something like that. But yeah, Doctor Who struggles with risky storylines, I reckon. They try and play it safe a lot. And they try and act like the two things that they seem to do, which I don't think work very well, is playing it safe, or too safe, and resetting the Doctor every single time. Which, at this point, don't. Because people don't watch Doctor Who because they were hoping for a reset. They're watching because they established canon. That's why they get so excited for, you know, there's hints of a bad guy returning. They want that storyline to continue because I think a lot of people, like the Doctor's Daughter has been one that everyone gets them bring back to, saying they should bring back. And it's like little things like that. Alright, everyone. We're going to have to end things there. It's been a good stream. It's a little bit longer than normal. I may or may not do one tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. But I will be on later today. And actually in about 12 hours time. And we'll be doing Palia. And we'll be talking about the new patch. So we'll go through the patch notes and we'll start playing that. And maybe start doing the quest for it. So yeah, thank you Mystical Whim for the follow today. But thank you Jedi. Thank you Akanthe. Thank you Little. Thanks Kiwi. Thanks Dark. Thank you Yasmin for earlier. Thank you Maddie. Thank you Leah. Thank you everyone that's lurking in the background. Thanks Zugs. Thank you the Horny Octopus for watching me on Kick. And thanks anyone else out there that's been chilling out and just listening in the background. And Skamom if you're out there. I don't know if you are now. But yeah, I'll be back on in about 13 hours, but we're going to leave it there. I'm going to go have a stretch and then get to work. So, alright everybody. Thanks for... I hope you enjoyed the little extra long stream than normal. But yeah, until next time everybody. Kia ora.